guys, and welcome back to another episode of our Pokemon Battle Series, The School of Hard Knocks. So throughout this episode, like every other, we'll be jumping on to the Pokemon Global Link Battle Spotlight, playing under the Championship Battle rules, which are the equivalent rule set of the VGC 2018 season. So this Monday, we are back again with this Charizard Y Venusaur pledge team that we played last week. There's a few aspects of the team that we haven't really featured too much yet, more so the Tapu Koko and the Landorus, and we've kind of really been concentrating a lot more on the Charizard, the Venusaur, which is good because they're the main bits of the team, but it's nice to kind of feature the other parts of the team. So hopefully, as we go through this week, we'll be able to kind of come across a few variations of matchups and test the other parts of the team out. But before we get into anything else, I would just like to say a quick thank you to everyone. And I know I mentioned this earlier last week, but I've been super tied up with time lately, and there are comments on the videos and everything like that. And guys, I honestly really appreciate every single comment, and I do read them all. It's just having the time at the moment to go through and reply to all of them is feeling a bit impossible, and I don't want any of you commenting on the videos thinking, oh, I'm commenting and it's just getting ignored. It is not getting ignored. I just with planning wedding, and I keep saying this, but I am like, all my spare time is kind of wrapped up in that at the minute, which is a little bit of a stretch. It's not exactly how I want it to be, but it's just how it is at the moment. But things will ease up as well, so as we kind of continue on through the year and get back to normal how they were. What else? So we unveiled the Flinched clothing t-shirts on Friday, and the response from you guys has been incredible, so thank you so much for that. Do keep your comments coming in regards to them, but we do have a competition for a giveaway. So what I'm going to do is, here we go, we've got a giveaway. All you need to do, I said I was going to do something a bit different, but time restrictions again have meant that I haven't really had an idea, and we'll do something in the future because I've got a few more designs in the works as well, so we'll have new designs coming out soon, so we'll do more competitions and giveaways in the future for these t-shirts. But for this very first giveaway, to celebrate the birth of Flinched clothing, what I'm going to do is give one of each of these, well, I'm going to give three t-shirts away, so there'll be 3 t-shirts up for grabs. All you guys need to do is like a video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment and let me know which design you like best. That is it, and you are entered into the prize draw a week on Friday. I don't know what the date is without a calendar in front of me. We will do a live draw on the video, and then I'll get in contact with the winners, and then you can pick whichever t-shirt you like, and I'll have it shipped straight to your front door. So how about that? So we'll be doing this on all of the videos for the next 2 weeks, and then we'll do the prize draw, and 3 lucky people will win a nice Flinched t-shirt, and you can rep this lovely mechanic that we all love and loathe as well at the same time. But anyway, enough of that, guys. We are here for some Pokemon battling, so it's kind of nice as well, you know. Like, we've been chopping and changing every week. We've had a new team, so it's kind of nice to stick with it, the same team for the following week, and just kind of really get our teeth sunk into it. What music do we want, though? That is always the big question. Should we go League Title Defense? It's always a solid one, isn't it? I'm so thirsty today. I don't know what's wrong with me. So we have our first opponent from Japan. They are 1509 rating. They've got what I would say early metagame standard team of Kangaskhan, Tapu Fini, Landorus, Therian, Ferrothorn, Cresselia, and Heatran. Very solid team, you know. Kangaskhan's going to be the mega there. It's got the fake out support. Parental Bond ability as well. That has been taking that big nerf. You've got the Tapu Fini. Likely, I kind of want to say specs on this sort of team. Scarf Landorus, I would guess, if I had any guess. Could be Assault Vest as well, or Z-Move. You know, you can never expect anything other than those 3, really. Ferrothorn, then we got Cress with the speed control options to abuse that Heatran. Heatran's going to be a bit awkward for us here. I feel like this is probably a good game for a double Intimidate call. But at the same time, we need to be a bit careful because of that Tapu Fini that we see there. So I think what I'm going to do, turn 1. Right. let's think. I do want Incineroar because it's nice against the Cresselia, the Ferrothorn. It's got the fake out pressure as well. It's got the Intimidate. It's going to be super nice. I'll bring Coco, bring Landorus, and who do we want in our last slot? Do we want Charizard? Have we got enough between the team to kind of deal with everything? Let's go for it. Let's go for it. I feel with the double Intimidate, it makes Landorus a lot more manageable, especially the Kangaskhan as well. I think team preview here, Heatran scares me the most out of everything. And it's all going to be about preserving that Landorus. So, you know, we've got that answer to the Heatran with the Landorus. If we lose Landorus early on, then we're in a boatload of trouble. So, we see my opponent lead off with the Kangaskhan and the Tapu Fini. And we'll lead off with our Incineroar and our Tapu Koko. So we'll get the Electric Surge up, but it will be overwritten by the Misty Surge from this Tapu Fini, which is slower. Okay, so what do we do here? I'm going to U-turn into the Fini, and I'm just going to protect Coco here. We might see the Kangaskhan's withdrawing. Okay, so for the Landorus, does the Fini just protect here? You've got to imagine it probably does. So we protect. And just really to avoid any fake out damage, but yeah, the Fini protects as well. It would have been better going for that U-turn into the Kang slot. Okay, so this is more than likely Scarfed Landorus, which leaves us in a bit of an awkward position now because the Incineroar, anything coming in is going to take a water type attack. But what you can do is switch in Landorus, and I will Volt Switch onto the Fini. Get some damage onto it. And the Intimidate here should weaken the Earthquake enough for Coco to kind of be able to pivot out here, and we can get Incineroar back and get that double Intimidate. Although we have to be kind of a little bit worried about the water type attack that is coming out from this Tapu Fini. Volt Switch doing really nice damage there. And yeah, we'll be able to get this. We know it's not Scarfed Landorus, which is good. We do get a double Intimidate onto it. Whether it goes for a knockoff or not is another thing. It's just gone Rock Slide. But -2, it's not going to hit us too hard, which is good. And we'll probably see Muddy Water. Oh no, Waterium. Probably into our Landorus slot. And like I was saying earlier on, this is not the situation we kind of want to find ourselves in, because we lose Landy, we lose our way to deal with Heatran really easily. So yeah, but we've walked ourselves into it. So okay, now we can bring in Charizard. And the problem is, I guess we Solar Beam into the Fini. I don't want to launch a Fire type attack here because the Heatran switch-in's something that we will probably see. Yeah, and I reckon this will be Heatran. Yeah. Fini will probably protect as well. No protect from the Fini, so we'll be able to take it out with a Solar Beam. Okay. Well, it doesn't make things really any easier because we see probably the Kangaskhan come in now. It's got the fake out pressure. So what do we do? Could go just Fire Pledge and U-turn into the Heatran and get Coco in that way. And the beauty about having this really slow U-turn, it means all the attacks are going to happen. So whatever we get in, like something like Coco, we get in on the field without taking any damage. Heatran just going for a Heat Wave. Kangaskhan return to the Incineroar. No, we don't take it. We are going to get a Fire Pledge off, but I feel like this is... Yeah, I don't think like we can't beat everything that my opponent has left, unfortunately. Because say even if we got rid of the two in front of us, we've still got to contend with the Scarfed Landorus to come in. But we'll not give up just yet. Maybe just T-Bolt into the Heatran and Fire Pledge. Like the return probably takes down. Oh, can protect. Okay. We'll probably take an Earth Power from the Heatran now. Unless we get a big crit. Yeah, and the Flamethrower in the sun is going to be more than enough. Yeah. And that's game, really. I think the big thing here was not really having a switch in for the Finny. I'm just going to forfeit because there's not really much point of dragging this on. Good game to my opponent. But we kind of put ourselves into a situation where, you know, you expect like a Muddy Water or something to come out, but there's always a possibility of the Waterium. And the one Pokemon we outlined at the very start of this game was the Landorus was going to be so important for that end game, and we walked into just taking that big water type attack, and from there it went downhill. We really should have been bringing something like, even though the Venusaur would have been hard pushed in that game, it still would have been something better to have for that Tapu Fini. And you know, we've got the Poisonium on it, so it is a really solid answer to getting rid of Tapu Fini. It's also got Sleep Powder, in the sun especially. You can put things like Kangaskhan, Landorus to sleep. We're not worrying about the misty terrain with Landorus either because of its floatiness. And with the double Intimidate Core, maybe we leave Coco at home for that. At least then with the Venusaur we've got a good switch into any water type attacks. So, never mind. Not the best of starts, but just food for thought, I think. Thinking about your team preview a lot more and about what... I think it's good to kind of like really pinpoint what threat could be coming out and what you need to have in the back. Worst case scenario to switch in to be able to take them attacks a lot better. Cresselia is a perfect example for us in this sort of situation. But we've got our next opponent of the day. Let's see if we can turn things round. We've got Victor, and he is running a team of Politoed, Ludicolo, Zapdos, Landorus, Tapu Lele, and Metagross. So 3 pairs of solid cores. We've got the Rain mode, we've got that Zapdos Landorus core, and we've got the Lele Metagross core as well. I do say that Charizard's very good against this core, but again, like in this situation, we need something in the back to switch in. I am going to bring Incineroar as well, Cresselia, and do I want Landorus? Do I want Coco? Or do I want Venusaur? Like, Venusaur's actually not bad here. Especially if we can kind of maintain the sun up. So I'll bring Venusaur to this one with our Cress. And Victor just making sure that he's got his selection spot on before we get into this. So good luck to Victor. Let's hope it's a good, clean game. And hopefully we can kind of do a little bit better than that last game, which was not the best. Not our best at all. So Tapu Lele Landorus coming out for my opponent. And the Psychic Terrain going to hit the field. Intimidate from the Landorus. So kind of probably is Scarfed Landorus, Therian. I do want to Mega Evolve because I want to get the sun up, so we've got that option to switch out and switch in. If I don't Mega Evolve, and I'm just going to protect because of a potential Psychic coming out here. I'm just going to fake out the Landorus. We'll see what this Tapu Lele does. It could have the Psychium Z, which we need to be a little bit careful of. But Incineroar's not in too much trouble this turn anyway. We do get the fake out off onto Landorus, so we'll stop it moving this turn. You see the Psychic just come into the Charizard. Okay. So what I'm going to do is switch into Cresselia, and I'm going to switch Incineroar into Venusaur as well. Because we've got the sun up now. My opponent goes for a similar play. You may see a U-turn come out from the Landorus. Now that the Charizard's going to switch, we may see a Rock Slide as well. But we have got that Intimidate onto it, so it's not going to be hitting as hard. But we just see the Landorus withdraw. See Politoed hit the field. Okay. And the nice thing about switching in Venusaur for Incineroar, we can pretty safely say, unless my opponent makes some mad hard read, that a Psychic's not coming into that slot. And there's a Psychic into the Cresselia. And a crit. That is not what we like to see. Not at all. I could pull a double switch here, to be honest. The Politoed's likely to switch back out, though, that's the thing. And I could just Icy Wind and protect Venusaur. Because I'd imagine the Politoed will want to get straight out of here, so it's got the switch back in when my opponent kind of wants to get the rain back up. But at least we know 3 of my opponent's 4 Pokemon. You've got to imagine that last one's the... Oh dear, if this is a Z move, we're knackered. No, it's just a Psychic, that's fine. Kind of worried about a Helping Hand. Psychic, that would not have been good. Okay, we do get the Icy Wind, which is nice. So I'm going to Calm Mind. Do I go... Like, I want to go Poisonium, but it's so obvious now my opponent knows the Lele's slow, so they're probably not going to want to keep it in. Whereas we could go for a Grass Pledge into the Politoed. But if we call this wrong and the Lele does attack and we lose Venusaur, then that makes our lives a lot easier. But yeah, we're probably going to see the Metagross come in. No, it's a Landorus. Okay, so we're not completely wasting our Z move. And Politoed withdrawing as well. See Ludicolo come in. That would have been the better slot. That would have been 100% the better slot. this isn't going to do much at all. But surprising that my opponent hasn't brought the Metagross. But again, we are running a Charizard Y team, so it kind of makes like a bit of sense that they're not as well. See what the damage is like. It probably does more than what I kind of expected it to be honest. We do get a Calm Mind up with the Cress. I think I'm just going to go Icy Wind, and I'm going to go Sludge Bomb into the Ludicolo. If there's a Fake Out coming out from the Ludi, you would imagine it into that Cresselia to stop the Icy Wind, rather than the Venusaur, but you never know. Never know. So there's a Fake Out into Cresselia. U-turn, which is fine. So you take that, and we'll get a Sludge Bomb off into this Ludicolo, which should do really good damage. Yeah, the Tapu Lele coming back in. But the following turn we can kind of rinse and repeat. We can just protect Venusaur, go for an Icy Wind. We actually take down the Ludicolo in one shot with this Sludge Bomb, which is super nice. And the Psychic Terrain disappears, so that makes it easier for when, you know, Incineroar and Charizard come back onto the field, because we're not as threatened from those big Psychic type attacks. Okay, Landorus coming back onto the field. One thing I could do here is switch Venusaur out for Incineroar. No, I'll just protect Venusaur and we'll just Icy Wind. It's likely we take a U-turn from the Landorus. You've got to imagine probably into the Crest. It's a Moonblast. Does this proc a berry? No, it doesn't. Ooh, I don't know if we take this. This might have been a miscalculation, yeah. So Landorus is going to go. But it means we do get the Charizard in, because the Politoed's forced to come in now. And we know that Landorus isn't Scarfed either, which is also good knowledge for us. And the rain does stop. And in comes Charizard. I kind of want to double the Politoed here. I feel like the... No, I'll just go for Solar Beam into the Politoed and a Sludge Bomb into the Lele. So if the Landorus comes back in, we've still got the Pledge combination we can take advantage of. Politoed's probably the one thing that wants to switch. We're kind of pinning the Politoed in like here, so I mean if we get rid... we're not going to get rid of the Landorus. But this Sludge Bomb should put it in range of Grass Pledge. Okay. And imagine a maybe not, you know. Maybe not. You've got to imagine the Politoed wants to switch out though. So let's Grass and Fire Pledge into the Landorus here. We haven't seen it protect, but from that damage it kind of... Maybe Assault Vest? So yeah, the Politoed switches out. Like we could have just targeted into that with a Sludge Bomb, but I kind of really want to just get rid of this Landorus if we can. Yeah, so there's the Grass Pledge. Fire Pledge. This will be more than enough to take down this Landorus. And we get that nice terrain onto the field. And now with the Politoed, all we need to do is get our Charizard back onto the field, and we should be able to wrap this one up. We still need to be a bit careful with our Venusaur, because Venusaur is kind of like the key here for us to get rid of that Lele. Okay, so let's switch Char out for Incineroar, and let's protect with our Venusaur here. I guess the other thing that we need to be a little bit aware of is this Politoed, if it has got something like Perish Song. I'm going to say Psychic into the Venusaur and Scald into the Venusaur. Okay. Right. And here what I'm going to do is go for a U-turn into the Politoed. I'm going to switch Venusaur out to Charizard so we kind of lock the sun in, but we protect Venusaur as well, because that's like I said, it's like our win condition. We can get rid of the Lele, we can get rid of the Politoed with it. The Charizard should take a Psychic and a Scald, I would say, in the sun. And Politoed just protecting. Okay. A Psychic. Oof, we do not want to be taking another one of those. U-turn. Okay. Right. Let's U-turn again into the Politoed. Protect Charizard this turn. And there's no reason for us to be scared of that Chat Psychic anymore. We know that it's Life Orb. Lele is going for that Psychic again. Probably say Scald. Ooh, Politoed going last. I guess the one bad thing here would be seeing an Ice Beam into this Venusaur slot. My opponent makes the read from the previous turn. Scald. Okay, it's into the Venusaur, that's fine. Venusaur eats that up. No problem at all. Yeah, and we're in a nice position where we can just lock this up now. Where we can just Solar Beam, Sludge Bomb. And the Pledge effect being really effective here. It's kind of really chipped that Politoed right down to a position where we're not proccing a berry or anything, and we can just guarantee that we're going to clean up. So my opponent just forfeits. So, whew, that was alright. Please, I didn't see the Metagross. You know, it's hard as a matchup. You feel on Team Preview Metagross has against like Charizard teams. It's still one of those Pokemon that you can bring in. It will have a lot of like utility. Bringing it there would have put so much pressure on our Venusaur. So it's nice not to see it. But Venusaur does so well. Even like non-Mega Venusaur does so well against Rain. So it's a really good Pokemon, and I'm pleased we kind of got to feature it there. We've had 2 matches today, so one not so good at all, but one we can take a lot of pointers from moving forward with the team, and that's the really key thing to improving. So it's not a bad thing. It's just a bit disappointing, but it's something. The disappointment's good because we can build on that and make sure that it doesn't happen again. Second game, a lot better. So at least we're finishing on a high, guys, so that's good. And we'll wrap things up because we're on 29 minutes, which is absolutely ideal. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Do get yourselves entered into the competition. Remember, just sub, like, leave a comment. Let me know what your favourite Flinched t-shirt design is, and that's all you need to do. We're going to be giving 3 of the t-shirts away. We'll do it 2 weeks' time, so the competition will run this week, next week, and everyone that's entered will be in a prize draw. We'll do one of those funky wheel spinny things, and we'll do the winners live and all that jazz. So we've got a Twitch stream tomorrow night over on our Twitch channel, so we'll be playing some Battle Spot as always on a Tuesday. So do come and hang out. That is 8 PM UK time over on a Twitch channel. It'll be linked in the description. It'll also be on the YouTube, the banner, little Twitch icon. It'll take you straight over to the Twitch site, and I will tweet out as well that I'll be streaming. So if you don't follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter. The handle's on the overlay here that you can see on the video. Osiris VGC, and yeah, come hang out. It'll be a lot of fun, and then we'll be doing viewer battle stream on Thursday again. And that seems to be going really well. So if you haven't attended and come across yet, do come over, and it's always a lot of fun. Right, let's wrap things up, guys. We will be back on Wednesday with this team again. Hopefully we can get a couple of wins, maybe even get 3 matches out and get lots of wins and some progress with this team. But do let me know your thoughts on today's games, the thoughts on the team in general, thoughts on everything, and I will speak to you all very soon. So until then, guys, take care of yourselves and bye bye.